What's up guys? Welcome back to another video. If you clicked on this video, then you saw the title and the thumbnail. Yes, it's true. I currently have 17 active credit cards with a combined credit limit of $157,400. Now, if you clicked on this video because you assume I'm an idiot and I'm destroying my credit, I checked my credit scores this morning for you for this video. My TransUnion score as of this morning is 800. When I logged on Chase, it was 781 with Experian. When I logged on Credit Karma, once again telling me 800 for TransUnion, 781 for Equifax. So I'm doing pretty well. So the next question you might have is why? Why does this guy possibly have 17 credit cards? What purpose does that serve? So let's talk about it in today's video, and let's go through why this is a growing hobby that a lot of people are getting into. My story is that of a typical middle-class background, and I'll be honest, my parents never taught me anything about finance, investing, credit, taxes. I didn't learn that in school, I didn't learn that in college. That's something that I've had to teach myself in my 30s as an adult. And on my channel, I've talked about this before, but I really do believe there's something called a cash tax of between 2 and 5%. You're being penalized. You're paying an additional 2 to 5% more for all of your purchases if you're using cash or a debit card. And let's do an example for me to illustrate exactly how this works. Let's say you go to the grocery store and you check out with the clerk. The clerk says your total is going to be $50. Please give me your credit card. To which you reply, I don't have a credit card. I would like to pay with cash. And then he hits a button on the register and he says, no problem. Your total is now $52.50. 5% more. To which you would reply, what? That's BS. Why does it cost more to use cash than a credit card? By not using a credit card and getting 2 to 5% cash back on your transaction, you're agreeing to pay 2 to 5% more for that purchase. Go ahead and talk to any store owner or vendor. They'll talk about interchange fees and how much they hate them. This is the system that we've built for whatever reason. The banks and Visa, MasterCard, American Express, the vendors. This is the system that has naturally developed, where in order to use a credit card, the vendor will be charged an interchange fee of 1 to 3%. That goes to Visa, MasterCard, American Express, and the banks. And these banks then pay some of that back, 2 to 5% sometimes, depending on the card, in order to get you to use their card for those purchases. And this honestly is a problem. This is not a good system in my opinion, because giving people credit cards with $1,000, $10,000, $20,000 limits, and then say, hey, treat this like a debit card, treat this like cash, don't spend money you don't have, and then pay 16, 20, 26% APR. It's too dangerous for some people. They can't do it. Which is why you're going to have financial gurus like Dave Ramsey who say, hey, don't play their game. Don't play the bank's game trying to get credit cards and then carry on debt, spend money you don't have. So he says, just take the hit. Yes, on interchange fees, you're losing that 2 to 5% if you had a no annual fee cashback credit card. But you're actually going to be spending more money anyways, so you're not actually saving by using a credit card. That's what Dave Ramsey argues. It's definitely true for some people. I don't think it's true for me. And on the internet, on YouTube, there's a growing community of these credit card gurus, and somehow in the last year I became one, who advocate for using credit cards responsibly in order to get points, miles, cashback, perks, and all kinds of cool benefits. And when you watch these videos, these credit card YouTubers will basically outline 2 strategies you can take with the hundreds and hundreds of cards to research and analyze. The first one is credit card optimization. Basically, you're looking for the best card for the best price that gives you the best return on spend you were going to do anyways. That is what I advocate on my channel. The second category is credit card churning, and this is where you deliberately open cards for the sign-up bonus and benefits in the year 1. You then downgrade or cancel those cards after a year so that you got all the benefits from the sign-up bonus in year 1. but you're not paying the long-term annual fee where in year 2, 3, 4, you're not getting the same amount of value. Generally on my channel, I do not advocate credit card churning because if you open and close accounts frequently with a bank, at some point they will just block you and not give you any more access to their services. I don't want to have a bad relationship with any bank, so I don't generally advocate anyone do this. It's also good to know what are the rules of credit cards, and these are the 8 rules that I have. Number 1 is never cancel your oldest cards. This does affect your credit score when you cancel old accounts. So whenever you can, just keep a card open and use that card every 6 months in order to keep it active. Avoid cards with annual fees. There's a very small number of cards where I would justify the annual fee. So if you have numerous cards, several with annual fees, then at some point the benefits you get are overlapping and you're not getting as much value. Number 3 is never miss a payment. This is pretty obvious, but this will incur fees and penalties, a higher APR, and hurt your credit score. Number 4 is never carry over a balance. This goes with number 5, never pay interest or fees. And number 6, you don't care about APR. If you don't carry over a balance, it doesn't matter what the APR on the card is because you're never going to pay any interest. And then number 7 and 8 is don't do any balance transfers or cash advances. On my channel all the time, I get people who leave comments saying they're leveraging their money by balance transferring to a card with 0% APR. I don't like that. I don't like the trap because credit card companies know you're going to do this. They know at some point you might not be able to pay off that bill. Once interest starts accumulating, you'll be trapped then with 18%, 26%, whatever APR. I don't recommend trying this. Additionally, on my channel, I generally promote people just going for the cash back. By getting cash back, you can do anything with that money. You can save and invest with it. When you earn points and miles, the problem is that you use those points and miles for experiences. And that's great. They definitely have value to you. But when you take a trip that you weren't going to take otherwise because you got tremendous value from your points and miles, you're not actually saving or investing any money. It's kind of a luxury trap. With that said, let's go through which credit cards I have that have no annual fees. The first one is the Military Star Card. I'm currently active duty Air Force, and if you're in the military, you can apply for this card. A lot of people hate this card because if you don't make your payments on time, your leadership is notified. But this card is a general 2% cash back. You earn points and then you can redeem those points for gift cards at $20. So for someone with bad credit or no credit, this is an excellent first option to start building your credit history and generally saving about 2%. The other awesome thing about this card is it gives you 10% off the register at food court purchases, the BX food court, in addition to the 2% you get back. So it's almost a 12% cashback card on food court purchases on base. The next card is the USAA Rewards Visa Signature Card, and this is my longest active credit card account, almost 4.5 years. So I can never actually cancel this card because I need this card to extend the length of my average credit history on my credit score. But this card is useless. I don't remember how I even got it. I just was maybe asked by a USAA rep if I wanted one and they sent it to me. Had no clue what the benefits were. I exclusively used this card for 3 years, not knowing that it has terrible rewards. So what I should have done with this card is product changed it into a better USAA card. I didn't know I could do that, so last year I actually just applied for another USAA credit card. And this one is good. This one will give you 5% cash back on your first $3,000 worth of gas station and military BX purchases. So the gas station doesn't have to be on base. It can be any gas station. Additionally, it can be any purchase in the gas station. So if that gas station sells alcohol, you can get 5% cash back up to $3,000 a year at gas station purchases. The next card is really the gateway credit card, in my opinion, that got me into this hobby. And this is the Amazon Prime Visa Signature Card. I was already an Amazon Prime member, and when I heard I could get 5% off all of my Amazon purchases, that just seemed too good to be true. This is a no annual fee card, but you must be an Amazon Prime member in order to apply for it. Amazon Prime membership is $119 a year. This card gives you 5% off all Amazon purchases, but also 5% off Whole Foods purchases because Amazon owns Whole Foods. And additionally, they'll give you a $100 sign-up bonus, a $100 gift card that you can use towards Amazon purchases. The next card is kind of a sad story. About a year ago, I applied for the Uber Visa credit card with Barclays Bank. This was a no annual fee card that gave me 4% cash back on all dining purchases. They changed the card in December to just a 5% Uber points back on Uber services. And as of right now, this card is no longer publicly available. I really do want to cancel it because this is my only card with Barclays Bank, but I think I'm going to keep it open just in order to continue building that credit history. Next card is the Citi Double Cash, and this is honestly one of the best credit cards that anyone can apply for. I can't think of a reason why everyone shouldn't have this card. This is a 2% no annual fee cashback card where it gives you 1% cash back when you buy, 1% cash back when you pay your bill. And it's open to anyone. No annual fee card. There's no sign-up bonus. There's no category spend. There's no spending caps. So this card is fantastic. The last no annual fee card I have is the American Express Blue Business Plus card. This is a business credit card that I got with American Express. And I actually do use this for my business purchases. My YouTube channel is a business now. I'm a sole proprietor of this YouTube channel. And this earns you 2x membership reward points with Amex up to $50,000 in spend per year. When you use somebody's referral link to apply for this card, you can get a 10,000 Amex point sign-up bonus that has about $125 worth of value. There are lots of other fantastic no annual fee cashback cards that I talk about on my channel that in the future, someday I see myself applying for. These are the best ones in my opinion. But we're now going to move on to the 10 annual fee cards that I have. And when you look at the totals of all these cards, the annual fees would be $4,190. But as I've already mentioned, I'm currently serving on active duty. And if you're not familiar with this, if you're serving on active duty, there's a piece of legislation that Congress passed called the Military Lending Act. Certain banks, US Bank, Citi, American Express, Chase, and Capital One, have interpreted this law, meaning that they cannot charge high annual fees on their premium luxury travel credit cards to people serving on active duty currently. This law or this interpretation of the law by these banks could definitely change at any point in the future. If they were to do this, they would send out a letter and notify me, give me time to cancel or downgrade my card. But in the meantime, as long as this benefit is there, I don't see a reason why I should not be taking advantage of it. So the first card I got is the American Express Cash Preferred card, normally a $95 annual fee. The sign-up bonus is decent. You get $250 back when you spend $1,000 in 3 months. I have this card because it gives me 6% cash back at supermarkets and 6% cash back on streaming services. Next card is the Chase Sapphire Reserve, and this card is pretty well known, pretty fantastic. This has a 50,000 Chase Ultimate Rewards sign-up bonus, which for $4,000 in spend in 3 months, that has a $750 value in their travel portal. Additionally, you get a $300 annual travel credit and a $60 a year DoorDash credit, $60 for this year, $60 for next year. It earns 3x Chase points on travel worldwide. It's a pretty broad travel category. And then 3x points on dining. So when you use those points in the portal, you basically are getting the equivalent of 4.5% cash back on travel with this card. Next card is the Hilton Honors Aspire card, and this has a sign-up bonus of 150,000 Hilton Honors points. That's about a $600 value when redeemed for their hotels. The multipliers on this card are not that good. 14x on Hilton stays is the equivalent of a 5.6% cashback rate. I would only ever spend on this card if I was at a Hilton property. But you get this card for the static benefits. It gives you diamond status when staying with Hilton properties. It gives you a free weekend night reward. It gives you a $250 Hilton Resort statement credit that can be used towards staying at select Hilton resorts. I also get a $100 Hilton property credit when I stay at certain Hilton properties. It It also gives you Priority Pass Select, no foreign transaction fees, and other general travel benefits. Next card is the Citi Prestige, and this has a 50,000 bonus point sign-up offer for $4,000 in spend in 3 months. It's about a $500 value. Normally, this card has a $495 annual fee, and the multipliers on this card are not bad. They're just not better than Chase or Amex, so I wouldn't use this card for any spend. It does give me a $250 travel credit every calendar year, and the superpower of this card is 4th night complimentary free when booking through Citi's travel portal. So if I book 4 consecutive nights through Citi's travel portal, they'll give me 1 night free, so it's basically 25% off. The next card is the American Express Gold Card, normally a $250 annual fee. The public offer for the sign-up bonus is 40,000 Amex points for $4,000 in spend in 3 months. This card earns you 4x Amex reward points at supermarkets, 4x on restaurants. It gives me a $120 dining credit, $10 a month, plus a $100 airline incidental fee credit. Next, we have the Amex Green Card, normally a $150 annual fee. The public offer for the sign-up bonus is 30,000 Amex points for $2,000 in spend in 3 months. This earns 3x at restaurants, 3x on transit, 3x on travel, and it's supposed to be like a food and travel credit card. And then finally, I have 3 American Express Platinum cards. I have the regular, we call it vanilla Platinum card, plus I have the Charles Schwab and the Morgan Stanley versions of this card. To apply for the Charles Schwab version of this card, it's actually not that hard. To get an account with Charles Schwab, there's no monthly maintenance fee, there's no minimum deposits, so you can just create the account if you want in order to get the card. With Morgan Stanley, it's a little bit different. To get their Access investing account, you do need a $5,000 minimum deposit, and you must maintain that $5,000 account balance. Otherwise, your card could be deactivated. If you were to get any of these cards, I highly recommend getting the Charles Schwab Platinum version. The reason why is because you can cash out your Amex reward points at a rate of 1 point to 1.25 cents to your Charles Schwab brokerage account. This makes the 5x membership reward earning categories for flights and hotels with the Platinum card the equivalent of getting 6.25% cash back on flights booked with airlines and then hotels booked with Amex's travel portal. These cards are pretty heavy duty and they have a lot of stuff, so you get a $200 a year airline incidental fee credit, $200 Uber credit, $100 Saks credit, Amex's lounge network access, hotel and car rental status, TSA PreCheck, authorized users, and then there's no referral links for the Schwab and the Morgan Stanley. Once again, I have 3 of these cards, so I'm getting $600 a year in Uber credits, $300 a year in Saks credits, and $600 a year in airline incidental fee credits. So of these 17 cards, what do I actually use? For these 9, nothing. I put maybe a $20 charge on each of them every 6 months in order to keep them active, but they don't have a spending category that justifies me using them ever. So I'm either not using them at all or I'm using them just for their static benefits and credits. So that leaves these 9 credit cards that I would actually use for purchases. The Military Star card, once again, 12% off on food court purchases on base. The Cash Rewards Plus, 5% off gas and BX purchases. The Amazon Prime card, 5% off Amazon. The Blue Cash Preferred, 6% off groceries. The Amex Gold card, 5% off dining. It's a 4X card category that I can then cash my points out to Charles Schwab, giving me the equivalent of 5% cash back. The Chase Sapphire Reserve, 4.5% on travel broadly. The Charles Schwab Amex Platinum, just 6.25% on flights booked directly with airlines. And then the Citi Double Cash is the catch-all. It's 2% off everything else. And if it is something that I can justify as being a business-related expense, I would use the Blue Business Plus card. And when I cash those points out with Charles Schwab, it's the equivalent of getting 2.5% cash back on my business purchases. And on my channel in January, I made a video explaining exactly how much I made from my credit cards last year. It was about $8,000. And I'll be honest, this hobby is not for everyone. You know, to status track and remember 17 accounts, 17 credit cards, this is not something that a lot of people would enjoy. However, I am the personality type who likes tracking numbers, managing Excel spreadsheets, managing all these logins. For me, this is a fun hobby that pays for itself. In next January, I definitely will do another running total of all of the cashback savings, static perks, and benefits that I got from all of my credit cards. I'm actually not going to be applying for any new credit cards for the rest of this year, but I still think this year I'll probably make or save or earn another $8,000 or $9,000. Okay guys, with that said, if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up so the algorithm knows it's good. In addition, if you haven't already subscribed, consider subscribing to my channel. I talk a lot about credit cards these days. If you have any comments or questions, leave me one down below. I love hearing from you guys. And until the next video, take care.